There daddy go. It takes two to tango. I am claiming rights as the real seed and father of the baby. Not just baby daddy, you see. By grace of God. Not the bad one. There daddy go. It takes two to tango. By power and grace of God. I'm a poet, and you know it. Not necessarily in black hat. Surviving by grace of God. The war. Not on drugs, but on black, heterosexual men only to be exact. By grace of God. Unlike a hypocrite addict. That will run and duck and hide and duck and hide. And hide and duck. Away from exercise but had the t-shirt. By grace of God. Now with sobriety. And responsibility. And being black. Like Jesus. Will you believe when you see him? In black. Post-propaganda in skin black. By grace of God. Without lack. In jeans a tux. Now in Lex. Like Hank Mobley. Caddy for daddy. Standing tall. Like me. Incorrectly. With false evidence accused of laundering my own money. But by grace of God knowing where I'm at. And knowing it was necessity. To depart from the worldly. For seed creativity. Like when Train was living under the bridge practicing with family. Not homeless. Like Rollins Sonny. With family. Ducking the money. The worldly. By grace of God using psychiatry. With applications of psychology. To stage a play. After forced sabbatical. And possession piracy. Like Hamlet. Sometimes playing crazy. There daddy go. It takes two to tango. Notwithstanding you see. That's how I am the father. By grace of God we use diagnosis with psychiatry. With treatments utilizing psychology. To break the spell, the curse. On the real mother for ya. The voodoo. Who do on you. Not what you do. There daddy go. It takes two to tango. By grace of God. Because according to intelligence. From the loo of those in the apple. With sense. Mother was not doing nada in the apple. Or seen here. In town being a clown. Busted. And disgusted. On paper. Not practicing. Or music writing. But stuck. Like Chuck. As a real mother. Or father. By grace of God. Our father gave grace. But mother got a tip. That father had heard. Was on song and spoken word. For those with loose lip. Then mother got hip. And rang the phone without a slip. Cause between the cup and the lip. Is many a slip. You see. Daddy told child's real mother he was busy. With the book. And things musically. Could not break the chord. Or take time to record. Blocked out his witch. Burying her heart at wounded knee. Then daddy really did get busy. There daddy go. It takes two to tango. By grace of God. Daddy picked the real mother. Ill-advised by the witch that used to be. The one who took money from Wall Street brokers. And then renamed. Then killed and murdered. The successful Milt Lark and Jazz Society. So say what you will. Real mother, you were informed of a steal. A challenge. A play. You thought larceny. And mother, you got busy. The lock with the key. Do you think we did not see? There daddy go. It takes two to tango. By grace of God. It took a village. A plan. An intervention. From the invention. Amy. Psychiatry and psychology. Again look at Sonny. A family. Speaking of which. It takes one to know one. I am speaking of a sand. Which. Not a label. But. Of thought. Action. And creativity. Giving birth was a brother of another mother, as mother, to a record label. Let's say its name is Peterloo. Yes, even old men can give birth in sobriety also. By grace of God, be pregnant soberly with ideas and give birth to. If label to. Spawning life and birth through the SD video recordings, versions and versions becoming. Born again, celebrate virgins. To record and test. Survive the test. Yes. To do our best. By grace of God. There daddy go. It takes two to tango. Yet like after birth we need to now go back and try to do our best. Take it out. Greed and hatred. Like original sin. Of Abel versus Cain. And now due to Cain get hip. Before someone has a busted lip. From another post-Adamic fall. As parents to old men. Before unremoved after birth causes a hemorrhagic death. Before adolescence. To our baby, our ship, our friend. By grace of God. And surprise an unknown friend twin. There daddy go. It takes two to tango. We are like Elliot Ness, who had to build a new law nest. For his job was to enforce, of course, what was prohibited. But we, you see, a new music law, the former of letter and note, but now by heart and rote, as the minds dance to our creation. Within this post-Kennedy killed crazy with racism nation. Yes. Minds dancing while we shoot. Weapons. Not carnal. By grace of God. Yes, you the enemy must now pay the piper. For the dance you have done. Then sat back and saw. International oil. Diamond. Dope dealing. AL. Baron Islamic. Jewish. So-called Christian and atheist gangsters. With big bank money from free black labor capital. There daddy go. It takes two to tango. To reiterate. These music weapons. Notwithstanding. You saw a being. Our people's lion's paw. The spirit of our very soul with heart. At least in part. There daddy go. It takes two to tango. I repeat, like an entrepreneur who he himself saw as a sleeping Gulliver with him other lion's paw. As non-Luciano pimps. As opposed to wimps. Creating product as food for thought. As we in the 80s shoulda coulda ought. By grace of God. There daddy go. From our fathers I hear another drum. Of gaining more father brotherhood tango from below. One with brushes to conga not snare. Perhaps one kin to Emiliano. Or take your pig Pancho. Who did not have his hands cut off and it beat from him until. Like a mittil. Skin of chest and rump skin bare. By grace of God it takes two to tango. With drum we should hear those harmon muted trumpets. Flutes and things like strings. Not to march to, but praise God in all things. Until the last of the trump and top of the cymbal rings. By grace of God the Father. If you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, the road begins to be paved. And believe in your heart that Jesus was raised from death for your sin. Then you got in. You shall be saved. There daddy go. It takes two to tango. But there daddy goes. Because now he knows. He that he is greater in me than he who is in the world. By will of God. And our choice. Our Father. And his Son. With power by the Spirit. And God is in it. To split and divide into part. For us only. Not al legat. To be steam like breath, water liquid like blood, and ice solid like cells, tissues and organ. To make man, with life, from him make wife. 'Cause the Son gave up all Because of the fall, he died for us all, shedding blood all night. Yet he did not put up a fight, even on the cross unto death. By grace of God it takes two to tango. Then he got up on the day third, Martha first delivering the word that he is risen. By grace of God, there daddy goes, because now he knows who is his father.